Sure. So I think often when you speak to someone about the shorter work week or the 4 day work week, and you get a response which is very much that, it's kind of unrealistic or it's some kind of crazy concept that just couldn't work for business. Um, they're very much looking at this through the paradigm of what we've all become accustomed to in recent decades, which is totally understandable. But once you kind of zoom out a bit and you look at the work week and how it came about as it's constructed today, you kind of recognize that it's more than 2 centuries ago since the start of the campaign for the 8 hour day, the 5 day week, the weekend first started. So if you see some of that imagery around, 8 hours rest, 8 hours recreation, 8 hours labor, it was very civil society driven movement. And it took more than 100 years after that before Henry Ford introduced this within his own manufacturing company in the United States. And it took about a decade then again after that before this became popularized and before it became enshrined in legislation in most of the Western world. And that was at a time when, really we were shifting to a more industrial, to a more manufacturing based economy. And those kinds of advances in productivity and technology made that change possible. So I guess for a lot of us that are looking at this and that are arguing for this, there's a recognition that the 5 day week that we currently have is very much a man made construct that was very intentionally designed for a particular point in time that may not necessarily be as relevant to today's work and today's workforces.